The warning signs are flashing red: market crashes, skyrocketing unemployment, and panic in the financial world. Is history about to repeat itself with another Great Depression? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the shocking truth behind today's economic turmoil and why some experts believe we could be just days away from the biggest economic collapse in nearly a century. Will you be prepared? Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal could change everything you thought you knew about your financial future. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Game of Life. Today, we're diving into a topic that's sending shivers down the spine of economists, investors, and everyday people alike: an American recession. The question isn't just if we're headed into a recession, but why it should matter to everyone, whether you're in the US or halfway across the world. This isn't just a financial issue, it's about people, families, workers, and communities who are bracing themselves for what might come next. Buckle up, because if America sneezes, the whole world catches a cold. The warning signs are everywhere. The economy, which once seemed invincible, is now showing cracks. Recently, Goldman Sachs raised the probability of a US recession to 25%, while JP Morgan has gone as high as 35%. Why the sudden jump in odds? The indicators are clear: weak job data, a plummeting stock market, and significant drops in major indexes like the S&P 500, which had one of its steepest one-day declines in nearly 2 years. These aren't just numbers. They represent the livelihoods of millions of people, the value of their savings, their homes, and their futures. Also, the collapse of the Florida condo market, wild fluctuations in energy prices, skyrocketing insurance costs, and even the wealthy turning to Walmart for their shopping. But what does all this mean for you, me, and the broader economy? Let's break it down. A while ago, there were 4 major reasons behind the crash of the stock market. Fear of recession. Panic is spreading like wildfire, causing markets to tumble and people to hold on to their money, afraid of what's coming next. The fear itself becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Reduced consumer spending. People are tightening their belts, cutting back on spending as they anticipate tougher times ahead. This reduction in spending leads to slower economic growth, affecting businesses big and small. Tech stocks. The once high-flying tech giants are taking massive hits, dragging down portfolios and investor confidence with them. What was once seen as the future is now seen as a liability. The Japanese yen. This wild card has been adding to global financial instability, shaking the confidence of international markets and contributing to a sense of uncertainty. Let's not forget the lessons of history. Recessions create a vicious cycle. As people spend less, companies make less, leading to layoffs, which in turn leads to even less spending. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? Could we be heading toward a similar catastrophe? The erratic behavior of the stock market might be hinting at something more sinister. The last time we saw this kind of volatility, millions lost their jobs, their homes, and their sense of security. But if we aren't technically in a recession yet, why is the market reacting so violently? The answer lies in indicators like the SOM rule, which has accurately predicted every US recession since World War II. This rule kicks in when the unemployment rate rises by at least 0.5% over 3 months. So why hasn't it triggered a full-blown recession yet? Could the Federal Reserve be hiding the real situation? Remember when they said inflation was transitory during the COVID-19 pandemic? That turned out to be far from the truth. People were caught off guard, and many are still recovering from the financial fallout. The uncertainty is palpable, and it's making everyone question what's really happening behind the scenes. Interest rates are another critical factor. The Federal Reserve has hinted at cutting rates soon, a move that historically signals trouble. When rates are slashed, a recession usually follows. Why? Because it indicates that the economy is weakening and needs stimulation to stay afloat. But by the time these measures take effect, it might be too late. And don't forget, every economic measure taken today takes months to show results. So can the economy withstand another 6 months of potential pain? For many families, 6 months can be the difference between staying afloat and sinking. Let's start with the Florida condo market. Once a thriving sector, it's now a cautionary tale. Condo sales have plummeted, and prices have followed suit. This isn't just about the state of real estate in Florida. It's a signal of deeper economic troubles. When people can no longer afford to invest in property, it reflects a broader lack of confidence in the economy. The collapse is exacerbated by rising insurance premiums, especially after recent natural disasters that have made insuring these properties more expensive than ever before. Energy prices are another canary in the coal mine. We've seen dramatic fluctuations recently, and this isn't just a blip on the radar. Energy costs are influenced by global events, but the rapid changes we're witnessing are particularly unsettling. High energy prices squeeze consumers and businesses alike, leaving less money in people's pockets and cutting into corporate profits. When people start spending more on utilities, they cut back on other areas, which only further strains the economy. The rise in insurance costs is another key indicator of economic instability. With insurance companies raising premiums across the board, especially in areas prone to natural disasters like Florida, people are finding it harder to maintain their properties. This has a ripple effect, not just on the housing market, but on consumer spending as a whole. When people have to allocate more of their budget to insurance, they're left with less disposable income to spend on goods and services. It's a vicious cycle that could push us closer to a recession. Now, let's talk about consumers. All of these factors, rising costs of living, from energy bills to insurance premiums, are eating into disposable income. People are running out of money faster than ever. Credit card debt is skyrocketing as families struggle to make ends meet and savings are dwindling. When consumers stop spending, it's a death knell for the economy because consumer spending drives economic growth. This isn't just affecting the lower income brackets. Even middle and upper middle class families are feeling the pinch. Perhaps one of the most telling signs of economic distress is where the wealthy are shopping. Recently, there's been a noticeable trend. Affluent shoppers are flocking to Walmart. Yes, you heard that right. This shift is a major red flag. When even the wealthy are seeking out bargains at discount retailers, it suggests a significant loss of confidence in the economy. People are preparing for tougher times ahead, cutting back on luxury spending, and focusing on necessities. It's a clear signal that the recession is not just a possibility, it's a probability. So, what happens next? With consumers tightening their belts, retailers, wholesalers, and manufacturers are left with a growing problem: inventory. Products that once flew off the shelves are now gathering dust in warehouses. This built-up inventory represents a significant risk. Retailers might be forced to slash prices, leading to a potential deflationary spiral, where prices drop so quickly that it stifles economic growth even further. Wholesalers and manufacturers will feel the pinch too, as reduced orders from retailers lead to a slowdown in production, layoffs, and further economic contraction. Why should non-Americans care? Sadly, when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. The U.S. is deeply intertwined with global markets, so a recession here would ripple through the global economy. This could lead to lower demand for exports from other countries, volatile currency exchanges, and disruptions in global supply chains. For countries already on shaky ground, an American recession could push them over the edge, leading to political instability, social unrest, and even more economic hardship. Imagine being a small business owner in Europe, suddenly facing a drop in demand from your biggest customer, the United States, or a factory worker in Asia, whose job is at risk because the American company that buys your products is cutting back. The ripple effects are real, and they can be devastating. So, what can you do to prepare? Here are my thoughts on how you could navigate this storm. Now that you have all the facts, this and how you can prepare. As always, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of these should be taken as financial advice. But speaking from years of experience and seeing situations like this happen time and time again, no one can predict 100% if the stock market is going to go up or down. However, you can always come out on top if you know how to play the game. First, have an emergency fund ready, 4 to 6 months of living expenses. This will protect you from being forced to sell your investments at a loss. It's your safety net when everything else seems uncertain. During these uncertain times, consider dollar-cost averaging into low-cost index funds like the S&P 500. Always stay liquid. Opportunities often arise in downturns, but only if you have the cash to seize them. Cash is king in a crisis. Buy when there is blood in the streets, or buy the dip. When people are panic selling and prices are down, buy good stocks. Just remember, the stock market climbs slowly but falls like a rock. If you can keep your head calm while others are losing theirs, you'll come out ahead. That's all for today, folks. Recessions are scary, but they also offer opportunities for those who are prepared. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving when others are too paralyzed by fear to act. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. Let's navigate this storm together. Stay tuned for more insights on the game of life. Thanks for listening, and stay safe out there.